So, season, time, location, and weather of the scenes can be taught using ambience and sound effects alongside with the image. You may think it's too obvious, but not only just following where it was shot, sometimes there are technique called day for night, which is to shoot night scene in a day, and afterwards it's treated by the brightness or color by the color grading artist to make it look like it's at night. In that case, I need to place night ambience instead of the day. So this kind of thing, like visual effects to add the thunder, lightning, then I need to add that too to explain the situation where the characters are in. So let's look at another scene from Ramante. So on this shot, I use different cicada calling from opening shot. This particular cicada is called higurashi, which means those who makes the sun go in Japanese. So it's kind of cicada which makes the calling especially before sunrise or during or after sunset. The noise they make is often associated to emotion of nostalgia and melancholy in Japan. So it was just nice for me to use this sound for our hero who just lost his father and he found his mother's diary who has deceased long time ago. Let me play another scene from the movie, but different season.
人生の醜い現実から私たちを守って傷を癒してくれるの。もちろん永遠に続くものなんて何もない。
Did you hear the bird? Okay, although we don't see it, I added this bird. It's called bush warbler or uguisu. Another name for that uguisu is harutsugedori, which means the bird which announces the spring. And also it's a kigo of haiku. Okay, am I confusing you guys? Kigo is a season word or phrase in haiku, which is the traditional Japanese poem. So traditionally, this particular bird has been associated to the beginning of the spring. So it's just suitable for this scene to go with the cherry blossom, sakura. But then again, it's used for very long time, even before cinema in Japan. So I didn't want it to be too cliche. So I made it soft and only few times. So in that cherry blossom scene, you heard voice, and that is called monologue. And monologue is basically spoken words not by the diegetic character. I'll get into diegetic later. Often recorded separately from production in a studio. And what is interesting about this is monologue usually is by the hero himself or herself, or if it's based on the novel, it's the writer's voice, or it can even be God's voice. But in this case, particularly for Ramete, this protagonist Masato, played by Takumi Saito, as I mentioned, he lost his mother and he found his mother's diary. And his mother was a Chinese Singaporean. So the diary was written in Chinese text. So he can't read Chinese text. But he met his friend Miki, which is played by Seiko Matsuda, no other. And she translated that for him. So in this particular flashback scene is very unique because it's not a flashback of his own memory, but he's imagining how his mother was back in Takasaki City in Japan, with his friend's voice reading out the diary. So I'm sure it sounds very complex, but if you watch the film, it's not difficult to absorb at all. So I need to salute to editor Natalie So and also Eric, of course.